Within the Explorer, open the Sheet Index tab and expand the Plan Set folder. These subfolders are in order and aligned with the standard TDOT plan submittal and are a result of using the roadway _ template workset as a basis earlier in the manual. There is also a sheet index set up for structures instead. The sheet index is new in ORD and is an organized and a named collection of sheet models from one or more design files. The sheet index also contains controls to manage data field automation. All printing will be done through the print organizer within the sheet index, which will be covered later in the manual. Now, let's examine the properties for both the workset and subfolders. Left-click on the workset and notice the two types of properties: index properties and sheet numbering controls. The index properties will be filled in during the next exercise and are ultimately linked to certain data fields on the sheets. For example, the upper right corner of all sheets will have 3 rows. Title Row 1 refers to the preliminary phase, Title Row 2 refers to the right-of-way phase, and Title Row 3 refers to the construction phase. The sheet numbering controls for the overall workset do not need to be touched. Now, let's examine one of the subfolders. Notice the two types of properties: general and sheet numbering controls. The main thing to keep an eye out for is the start number field. The sheet numbering controls have been set up for all subfolders to the known extent. However, there is a section of subfolders that is dependent on the previous subfolder with regards to the start number. If we look at the highlighted subfolders, the ramp profile sheet will fall in line after the last proposed profile sheet. However, the number of proposed profile sheets will vary from project to project. In essence, the designer will need to open the ramp profile sheet numbering controls and change the start number to whatever it should be. For example, if the last proposed profile sheet number was 13C, you would change the ramp profile start number to 14. Once you get down to traffic control plans through the utility plans, these subfolders all have a prefix for the sheet number, so are already set and do not need to be changed. One thing to keep in mind: if you need to edit any sheet index fields, whether it is for the workset or for a subfolder, the sheet index must be open for editing, which can be toggled on by clicking the pencil icon. You may have noticed that the fields are grayed out, but if you open the sheet index for editing, the field turns black and thus allows you to edit. Once the sheets have been created for the respective subfolders and then have been added to the sheet index, the linked fields within the sheet border will populate accordingly. Another thing to keep in mind is that only sheet models can physically be added to the sheet index, which we will be creating a variation of sheets in the upcoming exercises.